Hi everybody, welcome to Stampers Club. I'm Karen Tralfa, and today I have the most easiest card in the world. Anybody can make this one. Super simple. So I'm going to show you what we're going to be playing with. But of course, if you have any questions, feel free to comment, send me an email, text me, find me over at my website at www.stampersclub.com, and I can help you out with just about anything that you need and any challenges you might have in your stamping. Let me show you what I'm going to make for you today. All right, so four very super simple and easy cards. They're going to be super quick and a very limited number of supplies too. So for those of you that either have small spaces and don't have a lot of things, or you travel and you like to take stuff with you, this is one that you can get a lot of bang for your buck on this one. So it's featuring the Go-To Greetings stamp set. Now this is very aptly named. It is definitely my go-to greeting stamp set. Beautifully font, words with beautiful font. We have 4 basic sayings: happy birthday, thinking of you, just a note, and thank you. And it's repeated in this, it starts out with this very large, boldy, elegant script, but it's also repeated with a more toned down but still beautifully scripted verses, same ones, and then in this nice, fun, playful type script also. And then this one has a bonus one. It says the word hello in it. So you get a little extra bonus little hello. So you're going to need to have just this go-to greeting set or a greeting set of your choice. 1 block, if you're using this set, you only need to have 1 block, a black ink pad, and any elemental die of your choice. Something a little longer is going to be a little bit more matching what I'm doing here, but you can use any nice little element. This one actually came out of the Meadows dies, but any element would work. You're just looking for that little bit of texture in the background. So let me show you how I made this. Oh, you're going to need some bling too, but I'm sure everybody's got bling in their stash. That can't be hard to do. All right, I'm going to start out with my base is Fresh Freezy, and I'm 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half here and get my crease in here really nice. And then I'm going to be using some black cardstock and this beautiful Sun Prints designer paper. Beautiful colors in there. Every card is using stuff out of that set, so you have 4 different colors, which is really nice. Okay, and I'm going to start with this. And I'm using Thinking of You. I'm going to get that inked up and get that stamped right in the middle, you think. There we go. Get that stamped up. And then I'm going to mount that on, this is like 1 1/8 by 4 1/4. I'll have this on my blog. You can find this on my blog to get all of the actual dimensions. I gotta find some adhesive. Here's some. Whoa, just throw it across the table. All right, so I'm gonna add some adhesive. Oh, sticky. I think I left it open too long yesterday when I was working with it. The tip's a little clogged, but that's all right. I'm good to go. All right, so I'm just gonna border this up. The black, I believe, is 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm having the 2 sides. There's no border on the side. You won't need it. And then I'm gonna hold this along the front. I'm not gonna adhere. I'm not gonna put it on because I want to actually get the dimensionals underneath it. So I'm gonna hold that there, and I'm gonna line up the top angle with the side of the paper and the bottom angle with the side of the paper. And then we're just going to trim it. I'm going to flip it over. I'm just going to trim that side, flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to cut those off. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and add that to my black card matting. Oh, there we go. Now we're working. I love Tombow glue. FYI, a lot of the adhesives and things are going up. Inks, papers, a lot of that is going to be going up here in a week or so when the new catalog comes out May 2nd. So if you haven't already stocked up on some of those core supplies, now would be the time to do it because there is going to be some price increases, just like everything else that's had price increases this past year. Unfortunately, Stampin' Up! Is having that too. All right, so we're going to put that on there. Now I'm going to grab my element that I already pre-die cut out. There it is. See how beautiful that is? So this, I die cut this out of also the same designer series pack. So not the same sheet, but the same pack of paper. So there's just like a little tone on this one. And I'm going to use some mini dimensionals. I'm going to get a little dimensional up there. Whoa, I think I'm going to got that in the wrong spot. Just want to get that underneath there a little bit. Okay. And I'm only just going to put it on the top here, because I just want to lift this just a little bit, but I don't need to lift the whole thing. And it'll stay. Got a little glue at the bottom there. Okay. And then we're just going to start at the bottom, off to the left, and lay that element down. He's just got a little support on the top there. It gives him a little pop off the paper. And then this one here, we're going to add, I just need a dimensional at each side. Okay. And we're going to put it right back on that angle that we had across the page. And of course, the bling. Now this is a design that is so simple and quick and easy that you could literally probably make 50 of these in about an hour. And that way, if you needed to have, a stash of cards, you could leave the greeting off and stamp just that greeting as you needed it, depending on what occasion you were having. And then, or you can just put this little bling right here. Or this is also a great one to make a stack of. Put them in a little cello sleeve, put a little bow and a tag on it, and give this as a gift, because who doesn't need simple, quick cards to make? So when you're doing things like coworker gifts or baby or wedding shower favors or prizes, these are always really nice things to do. I mean, this would just be a beautiful set of cards to have, like I said, in a little cello bag with a little tag on it, and have that be a welcome gift for everybody that is attending a wedding shower or a baby shower. Wouldn't that be a fun thing to give your guests? So I'm going to show you kind of what I would do is if I were making multiples of these, and how quick and easy it actually really is. Let me get my stamp cleaned here real quick. Get my Stampin' Scrub out here and clean that stamp. These are really nice because they have a dry side and a wet side. They have little raindrops in the corner here to tell you that that's the wet side, and a little sun here to tell you that this side's the dry side. Of course, you can mix and match them too. All right, so let me switch out my greeting here, and let me grab Happy Birthday. And let's do one that's in Happy Birthday. Okay, clean that one again. Now, of course, if you were doing a whole bunch the same, you would want to stamp all of those at the same time. Okay, and this one is Thank You. Clean that one. And then, of course, last but not least is Just a Note. Just a Note. Perfect. And all using black ink. You don't have to even take an extra ink color with you. If you're going to a weekend crop or something like that, and you wanted to get a whole bunch done, this would be a great project. You wouldn't have to haul in and haul out a whole lots of stuff. Put my adhesive here. So this, I do this when I'm doing bulk. You know, if I'm making cards for my teammates or monthly thank you cards or things like that, this is how I do it. I kind of do them in a little bit of an assembly line. It's a little more productive instead of doing one at a time, because you're doing the same thing each time. So it's, you know, you save a little bit of time just even in your thought process when you switch from one activity to another. Okay, and this last one, and you're going to see how quick it is to actually make 4 cards super quickly. Okay, cut that with scissors. You can certainly cut from the front or the back. Either way works, you know that. And if you don't, you know it now. Didn't have that one quite off to the side. There we go. And I'm just, even though these are the wrong color papers, it's fine. I'm just using this paper as a guideline on where to cut. So even if you're a little bit confused here with the colors, don't worry, it'll get fixed. Trust me. That's my husband's famous saying. Trust me, just trust me. Not sure that's always a good thing with him. Anybody that knows him, you know what I'm talking about. He's the crazy stunt guy. All right, and then we've got all of that assembly done. Okay, move that card over. And then let's get my card bases ready. So this is mint macaron. Same thing, a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. So it's 5.5 by 8.5. This is pale papaya. This is an in color that is soon to be retiring. I do love this. This is kind of like, these soft colors, I guess, are kind of my colors. Yellows and greens and purples are probably my favorites. Okay, and then this is Coastal Cabana. All right, so there's my 3 card bases. I've got all my stamping done. This is, you know, it would be just like me to actually have assembled this card in this direction and have it be totally upside down. Raise your hand if you've ever done that. I know I have. And then we have our black that we're going to need to put on there on our designer paper. And as you can see, I'm going to put the glue on all 3 of these. This is where the time savings comes in, is because you're not switching back and forth to handling different tools. I guess my glue's getting a little gone. I must be giving him a lot of love. That's a good thing I don't need that anymore. All right, and oh, I do need it. I guess I better find another glue. I would imagine there's probably one on my table here somewhere. It's a good thing you can't see like the rest of the mess. It's like sweeping things under the rug, right? Just kind of push it over and out of sight, it's out of sight. Who else like me always has like things layered and stacked up on their craft table? I have another glue here. Let's see if this one. Oh yeah. Oh, this one's running out too. Wow. Look at that. This one doesn't. Look, another one. There we go. I guess these other 2 are garbage. All right. I think I have these on the wrong one. I do. These ones go here. That color, I mean, it still would have worked, but I just had my color combination wrong. This one is like Evening Evergreen that I'm putting on top of the Mint Macaron, and this is Bermuda Bay that I'm putting on top of the Coastal Cabana. And this is Calypso Coral that I'm putting on top of the Pale Papaya. And I've already pre-cut out my little elements here. Get my mini dimensionals. Could certainly have used black ones here too. Let's get that on there. Oh, won't come off won't come off. This one, my little pieces didn't quite pop out. My little cutouts. And we can get this one on here. Get that little guy out of there. Stick into everything. And last but not least, this one over here. The dimensional just makes it so it creates a little bit more of a shadow when you're actually looking at the card, because they are definitely tone on tone. And then we'll get our dimensionals on here. Wow, I ended up with 3. I didn't need 3. Okay, get these off. Is anybody timing me? Like, am I really doing these like in a really reasonable, quick time frame? I bet you I am. This one goes with this one. And you can kind of you've made this angle, as you can see, it fits each time because we cut it from it's the same base. And you could go down or you could go up. I kept it a little bit at the bottom. Who's actually surprised I'm not adding any ribbon? Like, you know, me and ribbon, it's like almost like an insult to the card not to have it. But that's okay. Sometimes you have to do the quick and the fun, right? And we'll get our bling on here. I like these. These are they're heavy, but they're flower adhesive back trinkets. And they come in, there's actually 3 colors here. This is like a gold, or is a gold, and then there's a copper and silver. So it's hard to tell the difference between these 2 colors, but this one's a shinier gold and this one's more of a coppery color. They all would match, doesn't matter. So whether you're a silver person, a gold person, or a copper person, we got you covered. So aren't those just adorable? Look how quick and easy that was. I mean, you can't go wrong with something like that. And again, if you have any comments or questions, fill them in below, send me an email, whichever you like. Go ahead and make sure you pop on the subscribe button and push the little bell so that you get a notification the next time I'm online. I am doing some live events also, which is always fun to join in because then I get to interact with you. And of course, you can always pop on over to my blog for more information on this card at www.stampersclub.com. You can see that here at the top of the screen. And if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me. I'd love to stamp with you again. And I am so grateful that you've stopped by and said hi to me today. Have a great Stamp Happy day. Bye now.